comes a time when we hit a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying.
Did your teacher ever speak to you only in English? And if she did it make you feel nervous and anxious?
The first English class that I ever took, my teacher only did speak to me in English, and it did make me really nervous. I didn't really understand what was going on, what was she saying, and it made it hard to follow the lessons, first of all. Luckily, I had some help from other students who would try to explain things to me on the side, but for the most part, my teacher didn't single me out and try to help me, which made it kind of difficult. And apart from that, not knowing how to speak, it made me really nervous, and I was too embarrassed to ask questions because I didn't know how to say them, and it made me struggle in class. I do feel that later on, even after I moved into only English speaking classes, that thing stayed with me where I would be too nervous to say anything in class, to ask questions. So I was really quiet in the rest of my classes, and I feel it was just kind of one of those side effects that kind of just affected me later on when I was learning.
Did your teacher ever use visual aids to help you make your transition?
Yeah, my ESL teacher, she would give me these books that, and one side it was all Spanish, and then you flip it over and it was in English. But the best part about the books is that instead of some words, it would actually have a photograph. So it said Mr. Fox went to the picnic, or and brought a picnic basket with apples. And instead of saying the word picnic, it would have a picture of a picnic basket. That kind of stuff really helped me, because even if I would forget the word, I would know it in Spanish, I could flip it over and see what word is it in English. And it really was one of the most helpful books that I had when I was trying to learn English.
Hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day
that someone somehow will soon make a change.
We are all a part of God's great.
What do we do about it? How do we teach these students? And lastly, how do we break these communication barriers? By doing a couple things, we can achieve this. Number 1, speak slow and clear. Children who know little to no English might have trouble understanding certain words or phrases. If a teacher were to speak in a fast pace or hard to understand dialect, this could be extremely difficult. By speaking slow and clear, the child is able to interpret each and every word that is said.
Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares.
so their cries for help will not be in vain.
Number 2, be patient. All children learn at different paces, and especially ELL or ESL children will require more time to not only interpret and comprehend what has been said, but will also need time to follow through with the instructions provided. Like the wise tale once said, patience is a virtue. Number 3, work together. By creating an environment where the children learn to work together, not only will the ESL and ELL children benefit, but the other children in the classroom will take away positive attributes as well. Having a buddy system may help the ESL or ELL student feel more comfortable with asking questions that their peers might be able to answer instead of asking the teacher. For many students, this is the more comfortable route. Number 4, visual aids. Visual aids are extremely important in a classroom for not only ESL or ELL children, but for every child. These aids provide multiple resources for the child to help them better understand the word or phrase that is being identified. A great idea for teachers would be to have labels around the room that identify certain objects or phrases with a picture and the written form of the object or phrase written in English as well as the child's native language. So let's try and break these barriers and become a family in the classroom, because working together is learning together.
We are the ones to make a better day. So let's not give in. There's a choice.
We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.